Hello friends! In this video, you will see the funniest animal incidents that will surely cheer you up for the day. As we all know, animals inhabit different continents, but you can see most of them in various zoos around the world. In addition to seeing the animals, you can also learn a lot about them there, as well as have fun watching their antics. Monkeys in zoos are generally the main suppliers of curious incidents and hilarious situations. Just look at this orangutan. It has mastered the art of begging for food like no one else. With its entire posture, its entire demeanor, the animal showed that visitors simply had to share their tasty treat. And when the orangutan didn't get anything, it still continued to stand there proudly. I don't know about you, but we would give this cutie something delicious as long as it wasn't prohibited by the rules. It turns out that monkeys also love tricks, just like humans. This visitor performed a simple disappearing object trick for the monkey, and just take a look at the animal's amusing reaction. The monkey didn't understand what had just happened and what kind of magic it was. The visitor did the trick again, and the monkey ran around the enclosure in amazement. It even looked back at the other monkeys as if saying, "Did you all see that?" Feels like this rhinoceros was actually waiting for someone with a camera to approach it. As soon as the rhino saw that it was being filmed, it turned around and showed off its abilities. Perhaps this was the animal's way of expressing dissatisfaction with being held in captivity. The visitors were lucky they didn't come across a hippopotamus, as those massive creatures also like putting on a show for the audience. Unlike rhinos, they also wag their tails and scatter feces in all directions. Basically, it's better not to get too close to hippos, even in zoos. I also wouldn't recommend approaching baboons, or at least try not to irritate them or get them agitated. Two girls were walking near a baboon enclosure, trying to get the animal's attention. At first, they called out to it, then started teasing, and eventually even threw stones at the baboon. At first, the animal tolerated their behavior and didn't react in any way. But even this baboon's patience had its limits. The animal got angry, started hitting the bars, shouting, and then threw feces at the girls and the person filming, who actually turned out to be their father. This experience was both funny and educational. While their day was ruined, they learned a valuable lesson that it's better not to mess with the baboons. At first glance, there seems to be nothing unusual about this video. Two lions were simply wandering around their enclosure, passing the time. But then, one of them saw something in the distance, got distracted, stumbled, and fell into the water. With a disgruntled expression on its face, the lion swam to the exit. While its friends seemed to be genuinely concerned and looking for ways to help, the clumsy lion managed to get out on its own. While some animals have friendships, conflicts arise among others. But of course, they're also funny. This episode is supposed to be amusing after all. Gibbons and porcupines shared this enclosure, which might not seem like the most obvious choice of neighbors. Moreover, the porcupine didn't seem to like its neighbor in the least. The feisty creature always tried to provoke the porcupine. As expected, the gibbon acted like your run-of-the-mill troublemaker and fled from the porcupine. This man with a banana was imitating the female orangutan, mimicking her gestures, but then he finally threw her the banana. You might think that they would part ways after that, but the orangutan showed that she wouldn't mind getting some more. The man let her know that there wouldn't be any second helpings and immediately found himself under attack. The primate picked up a stone and threw it at the greedy visitor. And then she also threw the banana peel at him. Then, after one more successful attempt to get another treat, she threw one more stone at the man. Thus, the greedy man got what he deserved. Who do you think was in the wrong in this situation? Bears, like other animals in enclosures, often look very sad. But these big creatures don't get discouraged. Just look at their lively dances, how they moved in rhythm with the waves, delighting the visitors, although we can't really know why they are doing it. And here, one family was feeding carrots to another family, a family of goats. Unfortunately, they all forgot that there was an ostrich enclosure behind them, so the bird managed to get a tasty snack too. These shots show an orangutan eating a banana when a fearless little monkey suddenly approached it and tried to steal the banana right from its mouth. Of course, the orangutan didn't allow such an attitude and immediately grabbed the little troublemaker and squeezed it, making the monkey squeal. But don't worry, it was just a teaching moment. It all ended well. Sometimes curious incidents happen out of nowhere. This rhinoceros decided to run off somewhere but lost balance and slipped. Eventually, it managed to get back on its feet. This female orangutan saw that a visitor accidentally dropped her sunglasses into the enclosure. The animal immediately decided to try them on. At first, she couldn't figure out how to put them on properly, but soon she found the perfect position, wearing the sunglasses upside down. For a brief moment, the monkey became the most fashionable in the entire zoo, and the accessory truly suited her. But soon, she got tired of the glasses, so she made a trade to the rightful owner, exchanging them for a tasty treat. And here's another fashionista. An orangutan was trying to take a jacket off of a visitor, and the man ended up giving it to the animal. The primate immediately tried the jacket on, and everyone laughed, since it simply threw it over its head. But a couple of seconds later, the monkey skillfully put the jacket on as if it had been wearing it its whole life. Maybe the jacket wasn't exactly the right size, but it looked great. Animals have a lot of free time at the zoo, and while some of them try on fashionable clothes, others just keep spinning around without stopping. This otter came up with an activity to take up its entire day. The video keeps going, but the animal never stops. This giraffe was probably in a bad mood. It almost kicked one of the geese with its hoof, and the goose sure didn't like it. So the goose decided to confront the giraffe. It flew up and tried to peck at the giraffe. The tall animal didn't know how to defend itself against the audacious bird. At first, the giraffe took it as a joke, but eventually, it started running away from the goose. This man came to a petting zoo, hoping to simply watch the elephants. He certainly didn't expect to participate in a wrestling match. Check out the elephant's technique. It skillfully pushed his opponent, blocked his leg, and did it all perfectly in terms of positioning. It was a clear victory. Although it's possible this little elephant was just looking to give the man a hug. Polar bears are formidable predators who don't fear anything or anyone in the wild. But sometimes they look quite comical in the zoo. This bear seemed to be unable to find the courage to jump into the water, swaying back and forth as if preparing for the plunge. But then, the animal finally jumped right in front of the visitors, putting on quite a show. And here, the octopus climbed onto the glass of the enclosure and even dangled its tentacles. The visitors were thrilled. They didn't yet know that the octopus was planning a real escape. Soon, though, it climbed over the barrier and fell onto the ground. Octopuses are very intelligent animals with a special knack for escaping. And that's all for today, friends. Which of these incidents did you find the funniest? Let us know in the comments. Hit the like button and don't forget to share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.